we're going to have this question, and then your question, and then that'll be it.
Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, do you believe, in fact, that the man on the tape that was run on Iraqi TV last night was, in fact, Saddam Hussein?
There's debate about that.
Have you seen any indication that his son, Uday, has taken control of the country?
No.
Mr. Secretary, at the White House last night, a senior White House official, after the President spoke, said that the decision to make the strike was made sometime between 6:30 and 7 o'clock Eastern Time. It's apparent that that decision to strike was not in line with what we have been led to believe about the war plan. Was the intelligence you got fragile enough where you felt you had to go at that moment and not start with, say, shock and awe or some other phase of the war?
Well, Dick, calibrate me, but the first thing I'd say is I don't believe you have the war plan. A fact which does not make me unhappy. Second, any war plan reflects the reality that one would take opportunities that present themselves, and certainly there's no war. A war plan is something that is a plan that's developed before things start, and the minute things start, one has to take account of the realities that you find in the world, and that is what was done last evening. That is what will be done today and tomorrow and the next day, and to not do that would be a terrible mistake.
Having intel agencies and armed forces that are flexible is key to victory, and that's what you saw.
I really wasn't kidding when I said I think that that'll be the last question. Let me just make a comment. I did not answer a question as fully as I might have about do we have evidence that it's working. I often try to put myself in other people's shoes and ask myself, in this case, for example, an Iraqi citizen or Iraqi army soldier or an Iraqi officer, or even a Special Republican Guard official, or even people closer to Saddam Hussein. What they have to be seeing is a good deal of evidence that the Iraqi people want to be liberated. We see a great deal of evidence of that. It's a natural human tendency for people that have been brutally repressed. It manifests itself in a host of ways. We see evidence of military personnel. Some have already surrendered in Kuwait. We are in communication with still more people who are officials of the military at various levels. The regular army, the Republican Guard, the Special Republican Guard, who are increasingly aware that it's going to happen. He's going to be gone, and what they are probably doing, I can't do this perfectly, but as I try to put myself in their shoes, they have to be fearful of that regime, because that regime kills people every day to enforce obedience and discipline. So they have to be fearful of the regime. On the other hand, once they are persuaded that that regime is history, it is going. It will not be there. In some reasonably finite period of time, they will be gone. Then their behavior begins to tip and change. And when I said we have good evidence, we have not only good evidence, but we have broad and deep evidence that suggests that there are people going through that decision-making process throughout that country today. And that is a good thing. Thank you very much.
Have there been any coalition casualties, sir?